Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this chance. From the onset, I support the division of revenue bill, more so looking at what has been happening in Nairobi, running a budget averagely a year of 40 billion, with almost 60% still being used for the personnel, and with a surging population in this county each and every single day. The infrastructure that this county still depend on is the infrastructure that was there, the colonial infrastructure. As we speak, Nairobi is going up the sky. That is, we are doing skyscrapers and all. Most of the houses that we have were made for single dwelling. So you find a house that maybe was supposed to take care of maybe 5 or 6 people has been brought down and a skyscraper has been put up there. The same infrastructure cannot sustain that kind of a surge in that kind of population. As we speak, we are facing a very hard time with the drainage. We just recent floods that killed so many of our people. It's a very sad situation that the county itself cannot be able to hold with the revenue that they're having. That is why we again also support the collaboration that the national government and the county of Nairobi are having right now to just help in mitigating some of these issues that Nairobi County has not been able to put enough money on, like drainage, garbage collection. We are talking about housing, we are talking about water, and even health. So from the onset, I will say I support this bill, and the counties must also make sure that when more money is allocated to them, let the work be done. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Aseka, but before you take the floor, allow me to acknowledge St. Joseph Comprehensive School from Molo, Nakuru in the public gallery, St. James Comprehensive School from Molo, Nakuru County, and Lady Anne Delamere Secondary School from Gilgil, Nakuru. Aseka, hold it. Mother Wangari, I give you half a minute to welcome your school.
Thank you.
The rest on our behalf.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. Allow me to just take this opportunity that you've given me to welcome all the students and learners and teachers who are visiting us. And also thank you and the clerk, Mr. Speaker, because the traffic has increased in our galleries, and that's what this parliament is supposed to do, to teach our younger generation. Mr. Speaker, this Lady Anne Delamere, as the name suggests, of course, was established by the Lady Anne, who was the wife of the Baron Delamere. And Mr. Speaker, it is a recent establishment in 2008, unlike the other colonial era schools. And Mr. Speaker, it's a public mixed school. We are just working on something with CDF to ensure that we make it a girls boarding school in the wider Baroque and the Gilgil constituency, Mr. Speaker. So I welcome them in this house, and we hope to see them, of course, after they leave the gallery, and also all the learners, Mr. Speaker, to learn 1 or 2 things from us. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, and I join you on my behalf and on behalf of the House to welcome all the students, their teachers, and those accompanying them to the House of Parliament. Aseka.
Thank you, Speaker.
Atandi, get ready. Once Aseka is done, you will be called upon to reply.
I thank you, Speaker, for giving me this opportunity also to contribute to this division of revenue bill that distributes revenues between 2 levels of government. So, Speaker, I confirm that the Budget and Appropriation Committee did a public participation on this bill, and issues raised by all stakeholders were put into consideration. We are dividing 2.4 trillion to national government, close to 9 billion to equalization fund, and about 420 billion to county governments. Having said that, Mr. Speaker, allow me to observe the following, that this bill will only be implementable if Treasury collects the 2.9 trillion. Mr. Speaker, as we speak today, Treasury has not been able to collect about 110 billion of this financial year budget. And this, Speaker, if it's not checked, it may create and increase the number of pending bills for our contractors across the country. Two, Mr. Speaker, we must also call upon KRA to be realistic in their revenue targets so that whatever they target to collect, they tend to collect to the 100% or plus. Two, Mr. Speaker, for us to realize this bill and to be able to implement it well, Treasury must address the issue with the electronic government procurement system. And as you read the report of the Auditor General, Mr. Speaker, Auditor General says that this system has slowed down economic activities in the economy. This system has reduced the absorption of development funds. So, Mr. Speaker, as we do this, let us also put in mind that Treasury must also ensure that all challenges that are facing the EGP are addressed. Lastly, Speaker, the 2010 Constitution of Kenya on devolution really envisaged a devolution of economic activities within our counties. It not envisage the devolution of corruption, devolution of employment bureaus, and devolution of creating small kings within our counties. Mr. Speaker, it is time to call our governors to order and ensure that the little resources that is being devolved to the counties is put to good use. My brother said that Turkana may be left behind on our journey to Singapore. I say those counties that are ready to go to Singapore should start moving. Thank you, Speaker.
Ndindi Nyoro, I'll give you the last.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for this chance to contribute. And on the onset, Honorable Speaker, for the several years and even now, we must start walking the talk when it comes to devolution. Because, Honorable Speaker, when we are reading a budget in the upwards of 4 trillion shillings, and it's moving, of course, at a higher percentage even than what we give to our counties, Honorable Speaker, we need an introspection in this matter so that even as we demand more from our county governments, we do the same when it comes to allocation of resources. Because when you account for inflation, Honorable Speaker, the equitable share has not been growing. Even when we talk about from last financial year to this one, you realize that we are barely actually beating inflation when it comes to the allocation. And therefore it calls upon this House and also the Senate that we must be deliberate in our supporting our county governments so that even as we ask for services and quality services from the county governments, Honorable Speaker, we need to do likewise in terms of allocation of resources to the devolved units. The second thing, Honorable Speaker, I want to highlight is that holistically and broadly, there are two important things that we must deliberate on and find a solution in terms of them. One is when it comes to ECD teachers, Honorable Speaker. Across all our counties, I am sure, honorable members, you have come across this request. And I hope that progressively we'll have an overarching body that harmonizes all our ECD teachers, Honorable Speaker, when it comes to negotiating for a better pay, but also when it comes to timely disbursement in terms of salaries, but more importantly, Honorable Speaker, even growth in that area. Honorable Speaker, I know this is much more broader than the current discussion today, but I'm just drawing this to all of us that we must get a solution when it comes to this. ECD teachers need a harmonizing body nationally so that, Honorable Speaker, their jobs are more or less defined and cut across all counties. The second thing, Honorable Speaker, is when it comes to health professionals, the doctors and all the professionals in the health sector, in our county governments, Honorable Speaker. Over time, we may need an overarching body like TSC that takes care of their welfare, Honorable Speaker, when it comes to promotions, when it comes to moving from this county to the other. I don't think primarily it's a very good thing that when you are hired in this county, Honorable Speaker, that for you to get to another county.
Your time is up. Atandi.
Honorable Speaker, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity and also to thank members who have ventilated on this bill. Honorable Speaker, when I was moving the bill, as was presented. But some members of my party have castigated me for not talking about the 450 billion shillings, which was discussed in many forums, including this morning when we had the Kenya Kwanza and ODM-PG. I want to assure them that those agreements will somehow find their way into this bill before it is finally processed. I also want to say, Honorable Speaker, that I want to say that I go on record as a chairman who, during my tenure, county share allocations went up the highest. Honorable Speaker, in the DORA Act, which is in force, we were able to raise county share allocations by a whopping 29 billion. Honorable Speaker, this is the highest ever. So I think I need to be celebrated, Honorable Speaker, by members for that. And to challenge those people who are saying that we are not serious with devolution. Indeed, Honorable Speaker, you know we are very serious with devolution. And you know, devolution was a creation of was an idea of the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. And you know that even in the 10-point agenda, the 450 billion, which was drawn and agreed upon, was his idea. So we want to assure everybody that we are very, very serious about devolution, but we want also to challenge governors to do their part, especially in the way they utilize their resources. They need to use these resources effectively. Most members are saying that it is possible that when you go to counties, you will see projects being undertaken by national government through donors and conditional grants. But when you check with them on the county share by locations, you hardly see projects. So this is a fact, Honorable Speaker, and this is something that happens in my county and most counties across the country. Even in my county, Honorable Speaker, you would find that there are so many national government projects, but you'll hardly find county government projects that are being undertaken. So these are things that we need to discuss as leaders and ensure that these monies are actually working for Kenyans. Honorable Speaker, with those many remarks, I beg to reply.